Listen, having the right systems in place in your life will put you in position to achieve your biggest goals. And the way that your life looks today is a result of those systems, whether you know it or not. That's why I'm going to be sharing with you 5 secret systems that will help you get in position for success so that way you can achieve your biggest goals. So let's do it. Welcome to the Dream Lifestyle Podcast, where the focus and mission is to help you become the best version of yourself so you can live your dream lifestyle. I'm super excited to have you here for today's episode because I'm going to be telling you 5 secret systems that will help you be in position for success and achieve your biggest goals. I'm super excited about this episode, but before we get into it, do me a favor. Let me know, how did you grow this week? In what way did you move the needle forward? How did you take a step forward towards a life that you want to live? I really look forward to reading these, so be sure to share those with me. But now I'm going to get into sharing with you 5 secret systems, and these systems are super practical, but they're super effective. And I want to start off by really defining what a system is, because I really want to shift your mindset when you think about the way in which your life looks today, because the way your life looks today is a result of the current system that you have in place. And the thing that really differentiates between the people that are successful and the people that aren't, and the thing that differentiates between the people that are really fulfilled in life and have a really high quality of life versus the people that are frustrated, the people that feel like they have more within them and just everything of the sort, is really a level of self-awareness of those systems. Because the thing is, all of us have systems, and I want to start off by reading to you just what the definition of a system is. And there's 2 definitions, but they're both very important and just effective in terms of what we're talking about in this episode. But the first definition is that a system is a set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network. Okay. Again, a set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network. All right. Now, the second definition is a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. Okay, a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. Now, this is super important, and I want you to really get this. Understand that you are a system, because you have a bunch of moving parts, you have a bunch of different parts, a bunch of different things that make up who you are. And so examples of what a system is, how we have different areas of our life that we need to pay attention to in terms of our finances, in terms of our physical health, in terms of our mental health, our emotional health, our relationships, so on and so forth, right? Our careers. These are all systems. And within each of these systems, there are smaller parts. There are a set of things working together as parts to make up that entire mechanism. Right? So when you think about, let's use your job, for example, whether you're an entrepreneur, creator, professional, whatever it is, there are small parts of what you do that make up that sum total to your career, and in terms of just the positioning of where you are. And so it's a matter of shining a light on potentially some parts in that system that you aren't aware of. And basically, in shining light on those parts, you'll be able to see where areas of improvement can be. And so when you identify a problem, you can solve a problem. And so when you start paying attention to these systems and you really get clear on, this is how my system works, these are the parts that make up the system, this is a part of that makes up how I think, these are the parts of the system that makes up how I do what I do when I do it, the only way I can do it, right? When you think about this, you need to get very clear on the parts. And I'm going to be sharing with you, again, these are 5 secret systems that honestly help make up the sum of just who you are. Because again, everything that I talk about has to do with your level of being, which is your productivity and just your belief system. And so in that, I'm going to be sharing with you, again, these 5 secret systems that you can really apply. These are parts and systems that if you have not implemented these things in your life, I'm strongly encouraging you to, because I'm telling you, they will make a difference, whether it be a difference in you, in your mentality, or it'll make a difference in your productivity. But in order for you to get to where you need to go, you're going to need both. You're going to need a higher level of thinking, but you're also going to need a higher level of production. And that's what these systems are going to provide. Okay. So to lead into that, the first secret system that you are going to need that will help you put yourself in position for success is time blocking. And time blocking is basically you getting very clear with your schedule about this is what I do at this time. This is my time for rest. This is my time for social hour, whatever it is. But you are basically breaking down your schedule systematically to where you know, okay, when I wake up, this is what I do. From this time to this time, I'm working. From this time to this time, I'm taking a break, whatever the case may be. But even that system has a sum of parts. Okay. And so even in time blocking, we're talking about your morning routine. We're talking about you really understanding your capacity for work. We're talking about the way in which you take a break. We're talking about the work that you actually do. Because another thing that I talk about is how systems need to have rhythm. But in that, with your time blocking, you want to make sure that that is a system that you have in place. And this is a time where when it's time basically to work, that is when you're working and you're locked in and you're focused. When it's time to relax, you are not thinking about work because you have handled what you needed to do during your work time block. Okay. And so that's number one. You need to make sure that you have time blocks in place. And so this is where, and this leads into the second system, but you need to make sure that you have pieces of that system that enable you to operate efficiently in your time blocks. So, but it's a matter of you first off scheduling those time blocks. So you wake up, you say, okay, my morning routine takes 30 minutes. After that, you say, okay, I'm going to work out, or just depending whatever, you have in your day, but you say, okay, this is my morning routine. This is when I work. This is when I relax. This is when I basically get ready for the next day. However you want to set up your time blocks, it's basically whatever is a priority to you and whatever roles you fill. But you want to make sure that that is clear cut into you in terms of how you want to properly manage your schedule. And that honestly leads me, and this is honestly this is another system that you should have in place. Number two is you need to be having a system of calendars and or planners. Okay. Essentially, you need to be using tools that are at your disposal so that way you can effectively operate in your time blocks. Like one of the things that has truly helped me a lot was just honestly using the calendar on my phone. And while that may seem very trivial, while that may seem very elementary, it's really helped a lot to where I know, okay, when I wake up, everything that I ever have to do is in my calendar. If it's not my calendar, it's not going to happen. But because I take the time to, put a meeting, to schedule a follow-up, to schedule, time with my fiance, to schedule time to just relax, whatever it is, it's all right there so I can see it. Because the thing is, right, you can have your time blocks in place, but if your time blocks are only in your mind mentally, you're not really giving yourself a great chance because you have other things to think about. You don't need another thing. You want to put your time, you want to put your time blocks in a place where you can really see it. So that way, as you begin to get in a rhythm with your new system of time blocks, as well as using your new system with your calendars and your planners, you now are easily able to focus on the work that needs to be done as opposed to the framework in which that work is happening. Okay. So I'm encouraging you that if you don't by now, use the calendars that are in your phone. Use a planner. Go buy one. It's worth it because it will lead to you being way more effective. It will lead to you being way more productive. It will lead to you being the version of yourself that you need to be so that way you can live the dream lifestyle. And so that's the second secret system. And that is basically, again, calendars and planners. And there are a lot of different, apps and different things like that. But essentially use some sort of tool that you can basically see your schedule. Use some sort of tool so that you can see your time blocks and know exactly what you have to do, when you have to do it, why it's being done. So that way you're not having to deal with the additional thought process or the additional burden of, oh, wait, I thought I have this and I thought I'd had this conversation. No, it's all right there to be seen. Okay. So that's number two. Hey, you're listening to this episode because you are looking to take action for your dream. You're trying to find your how to your biggest goals. What I'm encouraging you to do right now is go to dreamsociety.info. That is where you can register to be a part of the Dream Society, which is Craft Your Dreams accountability group that meets Monday mornings to set targets, take action, and win. So if that's you, if you're somebody that takes your personal development, you take your growth seriously, this is something you need to be a part of. Go to dreamsociety.info right now. Let's get back to the episode. The third system, and I talk about this system a lot, but it is super important. And that is a system of working out. You need to be working out. I don't care if you work out for an hour every day. I don't care if you work out for 30 minutes every day, but you need to have some sort of system in place in your life that is working on your physical health. Because when you are working on your physical health, you are honestly building trust within yourself. You are loving yourself. You are essentially building up your ability to trust yourself when it comes to making decisions. Because the thing is, when you actually work out, there's a whole scientific explanation for this. I won't bore you with that. But when you make the demand of yourself physically, when it comes to the decisions that need to be made in your career, the decisions that need to be made personally, the decisions that need to be made maybe in your relationships, whatever it is, it becomes super easy because you're putting yourself in an environment that is harder than anything you'll really face. Yes, everybody has hard decisions, but the people that are really good, the people that are successful, they're the ones that have trained themselves. They have basically put themselves in an environment that is harder than what they face on a day-to-day. And because they are in a more difficult environment consistently, when they deal with how to grow their business, when they deal with how to more effectively work in their career, when they deal with, producing more content, whatever, fits within their career path, that stuff becomes lighter, right? It becomes easier because they actually have disciplined themselves. They've set up systems that allows them to work out, in which they're basically already doing something harder. So that's why you need to be working out. And again, I'm not telling you that you need to just all of a sudden just go from no days in the gym to where you're going 5 days in a row, but you need to essentially put together some sort of system. And the thing is, because it's a sum of parts, you can always add to it. So if you need to start out at 1 day a week, or even 1 day every other week, wherever you have to start, even if it's you only do 10 squats and 10 push-ups, you need to just start somewhere, because within that, right, you're basically, again, just building confidence within yourself. You're creating success clues for yourself to let you know what, even though I don't like working out, I can do it. Even though I don't like working out, I do see the benefits. I'm feeling the benefits because I'm deciding to be disciplined and really just do it, even though I don't feel like it. Right? But that is what you get as a result of having a system in place of working out. Okay, so that's the third secret system that will really put you in position for success. You can look at anybody that's successful. They have some level of a workout routine. They have some level of a workout system. Okay, and so if they have a workout system, if some of the most richest people in the world, some of the most influential, some of the most powerful people, if they have a workout system, why can't you? Okay, so that's number 3 is you need some sort of workout system. The fourth thing, and I mentioned this earlier in the time blocks, but this honestly deserves its own point. Number 4, the fourth secret system is you need a morning and an evening routine. Okay, you need a morning and an evening routine. Why is this so important? This is very important because when you start off your day, especially if you are someone that is busy, right? You're doing a lot of running around. Like me, I do a lot of running around, but because I have a morning routine, I'm starting my day grounded. But when you start off your day with no type of morning routine, with no type of consistency in the way in which you start and end your day, you're going to find your mind going to places that it doesn't need to go at the wrong times. And so when you have a morning routine in place, you've set up a system that keeps your mind present to what needs to be done today, not thinking about what should have happened yesterday, not thinking about what could happen tomorrow. Your mind is basically going to be focused on what needs to happen today so that today can be a great day. So today can be a successful day, right? And the morning routine, again, there's different components of it, but your morning routine needs to just simply be your space for you to get clear on what needs to happen for today so you can be where your feet are, okay? And that's going to be very important because your morning routine, a lot of people don't have a morning routine, and that's why they start their days off frustrated. That's why their days start off rushed. That's why their days start off and they may, again, they may spend all of today thinking about yesterday. And that's not going to help you. That's not going to put you in position to be successful and productive. So I'm encouraging you, if you don't by now, develop some sort of system of a morning routine. Now on the evening routine, right? On the evening routine, it should be, again, some sort of reflective routine, some sort of reflective system that allows you to get clear on, this is what I did today, and this is what I can set up for tomorrow, but not from a place of anxiety, not from a place of stress, not from a place of worry. It's basically looking at the facts of the day. It's looking at what went well, what didn't go well, what still needs to get done. So that way, again, you're going into tomorrow with a clear mind. And when you have a clear mind, you'll be able to think, because I've said this before, thinking is the one thing that people forget to do. So you need to put in place systems of your morning routine and your evening routine, so that way you are clearing your mind, so you give yourself time to think. And when you're able to think, you'll be able to excel in any area when you actually are able to put proper brain power to that. So I'm encouraging you to really take advantage of the fourth secret system, which is your morning and evening routine. All right. And now the last system that is super important when you think about putting yourself in position for success is an accountability group. You need to be a part of some sort of community in your solar system that is holding you accountable. Okay. Now, whether you're in a group like the Dream Society that meets every Monday, or you just have a group of friends that really talk about, you all's goals collectively and just making sure each other is doing what needs to be done, staying on point, you need to make sure that you have some sort of accountability system in place in your life, so that way you are always moving forward. Because the thing is, in order for you to live the life that you want to live, in order for you to live the dream lifestyle, you're not going to get there alone. And even if you did get there alone, what fun is living a dream lifestyle if you're doing it by yourself? So you want to make sure that you have people in place in your solar system. Again, whether it be an accountability group like the Dream Society, or you just have a really close-knit group of friends, make sure that you have a system of accountability in place, so that way you are always shining light on your blind spots. Because when you have those types of systems in place, you are putting yourself in position to always get better. And the better you get, right, the more you become, the more you'll be able to do. And the more you'll be able to do, the more you'll be able to have, which is ultimately the dream lifestyle. So I'm encouraging you, find some sort of accountability group. I'd love to have you be a part of the Dream Society, but whatever you need to do, I'm encouraging you to find some sort of accountability system, put in place different parts so they can equal some level of accountability for yourself, because that is what you're going to need in order to be successful. All right. So I hope this episode was helpful to you. I certainly had a blast talking about it, because this stuff is super important. Okay. Just to recap on the 5 secret systems. Number 1 is time blocking. Number 2 is calendars and planners, essentially just being able to see your calendar. Number 3 is working out. You need a system of working out. You need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself physically and your health. Number 4, you need a morning and evening routine. You need to have some sort of system in place that allows you to be present from the beginning of your day as well as ending your day. And then number 5, you need to be a part of some sort of accountability group, or you need to have some sort of accountability system, so that way you are always shining light on the blind spots. So I hope that, again, that this was helpful to you. Please let me know in any way I can help you, because I'd love to serve you. Let me know if this episode was helpful to you. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But I'll see you guys next week. Always remember, your dream is possible as long as you are willing to work for it.